One thing is clear, K-pop has no shortage of style. K-pop and fashion go hand in hand. Whether it's idols modeling as brand ambassadors for high-end designers or rocking unique, bespoke outfits on stage, it has a huge influence on K-pop culture. But what makes it so distinct? Here are 5 common elements of K-pop styling you're likely to encounter. But if you stick around to the end, I also have a bonus uncommon element of K-pop styling to share that drives me absolutely insane. I'll be curious to find out what you guys think. Starting with number 1. Conspicuous designer labels. Korea actually ranks number 1 in the world on per capita spending on luxury designer goods by a significant margin. In 2022, the average Korean spent $325 a year on luxury items, compared with the US at $280 and China at a mere $55. Aesthetics and outward appearances are valued very highly in Korean culture, and designer goods offer an easy way of signaling status to others. Korea very much did not get the memo on the old money, quiet luxury trend that had a vice grip on American fashion in 2023. It makes sense, though, on some level, because Korea itself is ultimately a nouveau riche country. Like the stereotypical new money folks in Western culture, they're inclined to show it off whenever possible. Remember, they were the same country as North Korea less than a century ago, at which point their economy was completely devastated by the Korean War that arbitrarily split them in two. South Korean economic prosperity is an entirely recent phenomenon, so the collective tendency to ostentatiously display wealth is honestly kind of understandable. I'm equally guilty of buying an overpriced Coach purse or two I couldn't afford after a particularly fat paycheck anyway, so who am I to judge? As far as K-pop is concerned, not only are their production budgets sky high, but it's also very common for high-end designers to give samples of their clothing to big labels for free. Product placement is huge and mutually beneficial for both designers and record companies. When idols prominently display logos on their garments, it's phenomenal free advertising. It's not at all unheard of for an item to instantly sell out moments after an idol appears wearing it at an airport. It certainly works out well for the stylists too, because they're able to feature high-end looks without breaking the bank to do so. See all of the Diesel garments in Le Sserafim's Anti-Fragile era for a particularly egregious example. I don't have any proof that Diesel dumped several $1,000s worth of denim on Hybe's doorstep around that time, but I can only assume. Number 2. Coordinated but not matching outfits. It's actually pretty uncommon to see a group of idols all wearing the same outfit in public, but when it does happen, it's quite intentional. 99% of the time, though, idols will wear different outfits during appearances. This is largely practical, as it makes it a lot easier to tell which idol is which during their rapidly shifting choreography. Korean beauty standards are very strict and strongly encourage uniformity, which can make it more difficult to tell idols apart because they genuinely may look very similar. To compensate, stylists will distinguish idols by their outfits, which may be chosen to reflect the given idol's personality or preferences. You'll almost never see Moonbyul from Mamamoo in heels or skirts, for instance, because she naturally gravitates to more masculine butch styling, which you'll notice is very different from the sensual garments selected for Hwasa or the vibrant girly pieces selected for Solar. By the way, before you fuck it up, her name is pronounced Solar, not Solar. Accent on the second syllable. Thank me later. Either way, K-pop stylists love to pick a particular theme or color scheme and then remix that idea for each idol within a group. The resulting looks are generally very cohesive, while still distinct enough to enable distinguishing individual idols from one another with little difficulty. Number 3. Or outfits with absolutely nothing in common. On the other hand, sometimes they may also choose seemingly random group outfits for idols that make you wonder if they are even attending the same event. Or worse, they choose outfits that don't have any internal consistency or apparent logic and instead look like they were selected at random from the bargain bin at Goodwill. When it's done right, it can be very fun and eye-catching, but I'm a fundamentally anal retentive person who loves straight lines and matchy-matchy outfits, so this is generally a tough sell for me personally. To each their own though, I guess. If you love chaotic neutral styling though, K-pop definitely has you covered. Number 4. Repeats from music videos for live performances. This one is something of a no-brainer cheat code for stylists because of how much money and time it saves. You'll frequently see K-pop idols wearing iconic outfits from their music videos for stage shows. Those outfits were already carefully selected to embody the visual aesthetic of that release, so reusing them for live performances helps further reinforce that concept while simultaneously providing an Easter egg for dedicated fans who will immediately recognize the outfits when they see them again in person. Number 5. Layering tops for modesty. Korea is a very socially conservative country that favors modesty where the display of breasts is concerned. Smaller boobs are favored, yay, for once. And showing cleavage in public is viewed as highly risque and heavily frowned upon. Stylists love using crop tops and bikinis though, so you'll frequently see idols rocking camisoles, tube tops, and t-shirts underneath tops that were very much intended to be worn on their own. Speaking of anti-fragile, they also did a lot of this during that era, sneaking tube tops under bikinis in multiple outfits. Out of a morbid sense of curiosity, I totally looked up how much Yoonjin's adorable Prada top costs, and I am deeply disappointed to announce that it retails for $700, which is significantly more than twice the maximum amount I've ever spent on a single article of clothing, let alone a denim bikini top I might be able to wear twice a year if I'm lucky. Maybe I'll just get someone to make me a custom one that doesn't say Prada on the front for like a quarter of the price someday. A girl can dream, right? Alright, so at the beginning of the episode, I promised to reward you for sticking around until the end with an additional bonus uncommon K-pop styling element. So here it is. Intentionally having idols leave one arm out of sweatshirts. 2 questions. 1. Why? 2. Why? Just put your other arm in. Another question. How is that even comfortable? Answer. It clearly is not. I can 100% see why Han looks so annoyed. I would be too. If this was an isolated incident, I would be willing to dismiss it, but I've seen enough different idols from enough different groups trying to make it work that it bears mentioning. It is so awkward. I really try not to judge how other people dress, but no one is going to sell me on this looking cool or stylish. Not even Rosé can pull it off, though God bless her for trying. If she can't make it work, nobody can. Next thing I know, they'll be trying to convince me that tucking the bottom of my skirt into the back of my underwear is cool. Honestly though, I'll still take that over sad beige. That does it for now. We've only just scratched the surface though, and I'm already working on a part 2, which I'll link in the description once I post it. Be sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications if you want to be in the loop when that happens first though. Also, if you noticed any other common elements you think I should include, drop them in the comments and maybe they'll appear in a future episode. Thanks for watching. Don't be toxic, and I'll catch you next time.